Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello once again, and welcome to High Top Sports Network and tonight's presentation of PIHL Class 2A Varsity Hockey. The Armstrong Riverhawks hosting the Hempfield Spartans tonight. My name is Josh Reckengoss, along with you for this one. Big game here between these two teams. Playoff implications, no doubt. The Riverhawks just 1 point up on the Spartans in the standings in Class 2A. These teams kind of on a different trajectory at this point of the season, late in the regular season. 3 games left for both teams, including tonight, but the Riverhawks have lost 3 straight, and the Spartans have won 4 straight. So the Spartans making a charge here. Riverhawks scuffling a little bit. They have not had their captain, Jake Graff, for the last 3 games. All losses, the most recent coming at Fox Chapel, and that was a 7-2 defeat to the Foxes. And looking around, and you will see number 59 for the Riverhawks. He's out there tonight. Jake Graff, the captain, skating up to center ice, about to take the opening face-off. And interesting to see the teams line up there for the national anthem. Hempfield only putting the starting 5 out there. The Riverhawks put the whole team on the blue line, and Graff controls the opening face-off. We're underway. PIHL Class 2A hockey tonight, thanks to the Belmont Complex here in West Katanning. This evening's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor. We'll get that scoreboard up there for you in just a moment. But some interesting information. I talked to Gary Monabell a little bit before the game. Some interesting happenings here at the Belmont coming up. And the first goal of the game just 23 seconds in. My goodness, I was looking down at paperwork there, shuffling it around, and boy, it looked like Jonas Miller was getting the helmet taps there. So 1-0 Riverhawks. Quickly into this one, and that is just the start that Armstrong needed. A goal right off the rip here for the Riverhawks. And I think it was Miller that is going to be credited with that goal. We'll find out. We haven't had announcements here recently. So hopefully going to get some goal announcements tonight. Haven't had them the past couple of games. And Riverhawks controlling in the Hempfield end here. And that puck knocked toward the corner. Haven't even got a chance to go through the starting lineups yet. And so quickly did the Riverhawks score there, as Armstrong able to keep it in. And that puck shot off of a Hempfield player by one of the Spartans there, and trying to get it past center ice. Right now Hempfield with some speed coming through. Trying to break in. There's a wrist shot off the blocker. Rexton Huff, his first save of the game, and net for the Riverhawks. Huff has had some strong performances of late. They just haven't been getting the bounces, really, honestly, against Cathedral Prep. A tough game, a loss there. The Riverhawks, I thought Huff played well in that game. And also lost before the Fox Chapel game. I thought Huff played well in that one, too. That puck mishandled at the blue line by Hempfield, and it's out. And skating all the way back are the Spartans. And that one turned over in the neutral zone. Riverhawks then turn it right back over, and that one sent down into the left of Rexton Huff. Fight near the red line there, the goal line, but Mirando able to pull it out, gets it ahead to Howman. And Howman just fires a wrist shot on that one, easily gloved and saved by the Hempfield netminder, that being number 35, Ben Francis. Yeah, the Riverhawks, they lost 3-0 at home to Cathedral Prep. I thought Huff played well in that one. And then an 8-1 loss, and the score doesn't really determine, how close that game actually was and how well I thought Huff played in that game. Just some horrible bounces. One, distinctly remember there was a centering pass in front, turnover there. And up with it are the Riverhawks, drop pass. And Armstrong here to Kutch. And he, off the outside of the post there. Colin Kutch had that one ring outside. I don't know if that would have been goal worthy or not. It hit the outside of the post as Huff stops that low shot in. Close turnover right there and right back on net. Huff standing right in the way of that shot by Colby Heron, the sophomore forward for the Spartans. Just underway here at the Belmont Complex. 14:48 left in the first period, as I mentioned. Thanks to the Belmont Complex, tonight's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor. Face-off won there by the Spartans. And there's a shot, and that one toward the right leg pad there of Huff, and he makes the save. So Huff getting tested a little bit early. Riverhawks got that opening goal from Jonas Miller just 23 seconds in, but since then it's been all Hempfield centering pass in front. That one loose and picked up by the Hawks. Out of there was Rulo, but he lost the puck, and that one sent down in for an icing. And that'll bring the puck all the way back to the Riverhawks zone. And in the face-off circle for the Hawks. That looked like, well, that was Graff. Yeah, taking the face-off. They win it. And back the other way come the Riverhawks. Sent down deep. Graff pursuing, but that puck played up by Hempfield. And through the neutral zone with some speed. Trying to get through two men right there. Was number 71, J.J. Williams, but he can't do it. And that one squeezed off and sent back down the ice by Armstrong. And it's no icing there. 13:50 left here, first period. PIHL Class 2A action here at the Belmont Complex in West Katanning. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in, as always. A little tie up there. Miranda got a stick taken away, and that one will be whistled. And Miranda got a stick knocked out of his hand there. And that was the captain there, Austin Heron. So the face-off coming back to Hempfield end. 13:32 left in the first period. And scuffling for it. The Riverhawks control. Kutch gets it over to Howman. Good cross pass. And that one ripped high and just a little bit short side there by the Riverhawks. That shot was taken by Zach Bauer and missed high and a little wide there, short side of the net. And that one pops off the stick of Miller, but he's flying right now. Oh, that's not Miller. Pardon me. I thought that was 20. It's actually 27. And, of course, that's Hudson Bundy, not Jonas Miller. I just saw the 2 on the side of his jersey there, and I thought that was Miller. And that one misplayed by Bauer at the blue line. He gets past him. And down to Rexton Huff. Huff just drops it behind his own net. And cleaned out there right in front of the net was Kutch. And do we have a penalty? Nope, no arm raised by the official. Oh, no, we do have a penalty on the official by the Riverhawks bench. He has the arm raised, and there will be a penalty on Hempfield that hit right in front of the Armstrong net. And it looks like Holtzman going over there to the sin bin. So let's see what they get him for. I'm going to say I think that was interference call against Holtzman and the Spartans. And a little bit of friends in low places, Garth Brooks, being played on the PA. And that face off sent all the way around and out, so a clear. And here comes Graff with a ton of speed through the neutral zone. Jake Graff busting in. He's hauled down. Stays on his skates. I thought he was hauled off his skates right there, but Graff able to keep grinding. But Hempfield with the clear. And here comes Colin Kutch. Get it ahead. And circling back with it is Rulo. Now he's going to take it in to the Spartan zone. And Rulo all the way behind the net. Brings it back out. There's Graff in the slot. Graff picking a spot. Oh, man, that hurt. And blocking that shot. And that was a hard wrist shot by Graff. And a little wobbly after taking that one right off the knee. That was a tough one. Felix Harrell. That's going to leave a mark. And Kutch still on the power play. Graff uses his skate to kick it down toward the corner and back. But that one cut off by Kutch in the neutral zone. And Jonas Miller out there now. Puck played back. And Jake Graff going to have some speed again. Gets it winding up, and Graff sends it over to Kutch. Kutch looking to pick that corner, and he just shoots it high. That was a rising wrister there by Kutch, but the Riverhawks control. Still 26 seconds left on this power play, but taken away. Hempfield going to try and get it out of the zone. They do, and carrying the puck, but then turning it over were the Spartans. And a puck right there in the slot, and oh my goodness, Bundy had a chance. 3 seconds and the penalty is over. So the Riverhawks got a couple of chances there, but I think their best shot did not get through as Felix Horrell took that off the knee. There's a wrist shot by Graff in the slot. That one deflected in front. And it just heads out to the right. Oh man, diving for that puck. Trying to get an attempt on that for the Spartans. That was, pardon me, I'm trying to shuffle papers and do camera at the same time. I only got 2 hands. And my papers are stuck together. Yeah. Too dry out there. I got to lick my hands like an old school bank teller. Counting out my hundreds. Yeah, right. Counting out my tens, more like it. A winding wrist shot, that one kicked away by Huff and now cleared. That's going to be an icing on Armstrong. So let me get my correct. I have the standings, the rosters, everything's all printed out and it's all stuck together. Wouldn't you know? So that one comes down to the Armstrong end here. And in the face-off circle will be Holtzman for Hempfield. Oh, nearly. The referee nearly took a high stick off that draw. Graff wins it. And the Riverhawks get it clear. Here's Jason Rullo. He's going to have some space to work. Tracks the puck down. Graff cutting. Graff in front. Graff fires, but a good save off the pad of the goaltender. Right there for Hempfield. That was Francis getting that pad out. And sent it around. Riverhawks good on the forecheck so far. Not allowing Hempfield really, there was that spurt right at the beginning of the period, about 3-minute spurt where Hempfield was in and putting pucks on Huff, but since then, the Riverhawks have really tightened up. And busting in his Holtzman, he tries to go top shelf, but a shoulder save there by Huff. And a big play right as I'm talking about the Armstrong defense. Holtzman just walked right through it and got a great scoring opportunity. Centering pass in front, trying to pound it home there. And unable to do so was Anderson Fabian. Fabian had a glorious opportunity, a great look at one right there, but he couldn't pound it home. And the Riverhawks regained possession. Here comes Bundy. Excuse me, that's Miranda. I just saw the 7. See, I got to wait until I see both numbers here before I start calling names. And that one sticked away to the corner by Rexton Huff. Armstrong goaltender. That one skips wide to Huff. And Heron tracks it down. He just whirls and fires a wrister. And that one cut off by the Riverhawks and bringing it out right now. Oh, man, that was Luffy. And he got kind of tripped up when he was trying to pound the puck down into the zone there and get it deep. But he tripped up and then kind of whacked in the head a little bit. And Mason Mitchell trying to get it out. Heron tracks it down. That one deflected off of Bundy all the way to that far corner. And a saucer pass cut off there nicely, but unable to control the puck. That saucer pass trying to get out of the zone there was cut off by number 71 for Hempfield, that being J.J. Williams. Williams like dove for it, kind of like a center fielder going for a short fly ball. Skibbity-doo-doo. It's AC/DC on the public address. I like to call out the songs. You know how it goes. And that gets past Klingensmith and a race for it. And a drop pass. March fires, misses. Well, that one actually saved, not a miss. It was a good save by Huff with that right leg pad again. And deep is the puck there. Riverhawks get it low, but Hempfield comes up with it. Cycled back in by Howman. And Howman tracks the puck down again, took it away right there from Dayton Bush, number 19 for the Spartans. And another turnover. Howman almost took it away from Bush again, but Mark's able to get out. And in on Huff, and he pops up in front of him. Huff wisely jumps on that loose puck, and that'll be a face-off in the Riverhawk zone. 6:31 left here, first period. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we love ya. High Top will be in a couple of playoff venues for basketball tomorrow. However, due to the WPIHL's contract with NFHS, that game will not be broadcast on High Top Sports Network. It'll be broadcast on the NFHS network. Oh, puck kicked away there, and there was a man standing ready to take a shot at it. Looked like Giulio DiPietro. It's definitely not a Spanish name. It is an Italian name. Not a German name either. I mean, or any other nationality. I mean, pretty much can't mistake Giulio DiPietro. That is as Italian as it gets. Sounds like a prime minister's name or something, like Silvio Berlusconi or of the like. Slap shot fired by Holtzman up off the glass, misses. And out of there comes Armstrong. Here's Rullo. He has the puck. Rullo trying to get past the man. He does, fires, and just misses short side on Francis's left there. And that was a nice bit of stick handling there by Rullo. Hempfield turns the puck over, neutral zone. And off the boards, Fabian misses it, but tracked down there by Mitchell. Mitchell, we got a man without a stick, and they're going to get a penalty on Mitchell. And that's a tough call to go against the Riverhawks. I think that, I'm trying to see the number who he was mixing it up with. I think it was number 36 for Hempfield, Brady Wassel. I think Wassel was kind of back off his skates right there, kind of losing his balance, and Mason Mitchell just, helped him gently to the ice there. But that will go against the Riverhawks. So power play, first one of the night for the Spartans. 5:09 left. It'll be 2 minutes in the box for Mason Mitchell. And off the faceoff, controlled by Hempfield. That one knocked down in front by Klingensmith. Williams got it below the net there. Back out top to Heron. Oh, man, deflected by Miranda, and that actually might have helped Hempfield. That loose puck is in right on the goal line, and somehow Rexton Huff kept it out with the stick. Wow, Miranda tried to knock that puck out of the air, and it actually was more like a positive play for Hempfield right there. The puck ended up loose to the right there of Rexton Huff, and he dove back for it, stick out, and was able to keep the puck out of the net, so the Riverhawks maintained that 1-0 lead, but a good chance there by Hempfield on the power play as they control another faceoff in on Huff. Rister, and that one eaten up by Huff. Another save. That was Felix Horrell. He took that Graf Rister off the kneecap. He looks to be okay. And in the face-off circle, that'll be Jason Rullo against, that was number 37, Nino DiPietro. So I wonder if Nino and Giulio are related. I'm going to guess yes. Hockey is a sport of brothers. And stick handling in there and poked away. Oh, man, getting away with one right there. Oh, that was pretty amazing that Zach Bauer didn't get called for a penalty as he came up and under and just popped the stick away from a Hempfield player there right in the slot. And a wrister in on Huff, and he sucks that one up too. DiPietro firing from the slot, but Huff right there read that one perfectly. And that wrister taken by Nino DiPietro. Famous hockey player but with the last name of DiPietro. Former Islanders goaltender Rick DiPietro. Got his jaw busted by Penguins backup goaltender Brett Johnson. It was never the same really after that crazy hockey fight. With two goaltenders squaring off at center ice, and Brett Johnson just dropped Rick DiPietro. busted jaw. And DiPietro is a very highly touted prospect. And, you know, high draft pick. Might have gone number 1 overall. I'm not 100% sure, but he was never the same after that. Really, just a completely different player. After Brent Johnson shattered his jaw with a right hand. I was watching that game live. I was actually at that game, and it was pretty wild to see two. It was just just a mess. That was back when the NHL was just a mess. I mean, still kind of a mess, but wrister there by Dunlap, falling away basically in the circle, and Huff makes his 13th save of the first period. So Rexton Huff being tested right now, but finding the angles very, very well. And the Riverhawks, aside from that Miranda deflection that kind of ended up in the crease, have been doing a good job allowing Huff to see the puck come in. And that one cleared by Armstrong. It's going all the way down to Francis, and he's going to play it. 4 seconds left on the minor to Mason Mitchell. He skates out of the box. Quick line change there for the Hawks. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 3:04 left in the first period. And Riverhawks will track that one down. Colin Kutch. Oh, man, a little heat on that one. Got it past Bauer. And Hempfield able to keep it in, but here's Kutch. He tracks it down again. Just a little too strong off the boards right there. And Hempfield will keep it alive. That one deflected, loose puck in the slot. Rulo pokes it out of the Armstrong end. And Rulo tracks it down in the neutral zone right at center ice. That one turned back over. And a crossing pass. Bauer off the boards. And that one loose. Oh, Miller was just a touch offside, so Graff circles back with the puck. And now Graff up the far boards. Graff back into the slot, and that one knocked away at the last second. Good stick in the slot there by number 30 for the Spartans. I think that's 30. Nope. Is it? Sure does look like a 30. I don't have a 30 on my roster, but, you know. Don't have these things. And that one in the corner. Fight for it. And sent all the way around. Oh, puck just bounced over Huff right there and skipped to Holtzman right there. So Hempfield turns the puck over, trying to get it forward to Rulo, and turned back over. And here comes Thompson. That's number 30. A wrister high over the glove side of Huff. Off the glass. Hempfield maintains. Pass to the slot. That one knocked down. Good play by Bauer to block that one down and not allow that puck to get in on Rexton Huff. 1:13 left, icing on the Hawks. Oh, I had to take a little sip of the Diet Coke there to lubricate the pipes. Oh, that one deflected. I think that one off Howman and to the far corner. Dug out of there by the Riverhawks and can't get it out of the zone. And pitchforked back in there by Hempfield. Puck on the near boards here. Wassel tried to get it in to a cutter coming through there. That was DiPietro. Final 45 seconds of the first period. Riverhawks lead 1-0 on a goal by Jonas Miller just 23 seconds into this game. And since then, it's been a pretty steady attack by Hempfield. They've got 14 shots on goal, all 14 of them saved by Rexton Huff, the Armstrong netminder. And Klingensmith loses the puck there in the corner, trying to fish it out. Are the Spartans, and Williams has it. Loose puck, and they score. Yes, they do. That one got past Rexton Huff. Came out off a deflection. I couldn't see the puck go in, but I know who got the goal. That will be number 86 for the Spartans. Nick Krupe, junior forward, tall junior forward. He ties it up at 1, and that's kind of been a bugaboo for the Riverhawks this year, the late period goals. And another one goes against Armstrong here, so make it 1-1 here near the end of the first period. 20.4 seconds left. And Huff is so good, and that puck, just again, not a great bounce for Armstrong, and it comes into the slot and Firing it in there was Krupe, and he didn't get much on it, to be quite honest. Just kind of seeing eye shot there to get through the slot and get past Huff, and that'll do it here at the end of the first period. Riverhawks held that lead for nearly 17 minutes, but Krupe finds the back of the net there for Hempfield. And that'll make it a tie game here going into the second. You're watching High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Schrenk. I was going to take a little break, give my voice a breath, which is kind of funny to think about, giving my voice a breather, but yeah, it kind of needs it. I've been talking nonstop here for a little bit, so no intermission here between the first and the second, but we'll be right back with the second period right after this. All right, second period underway. That puck deep by the Riverhawks, and teams have switched ends, so apologies. Hempfield had that one deep. Teams going the other way here in the second period. Turnover there in the slot. Nice stick handling, but turned over by Hempfield, and that one off the boards and out. And back into the Hempfield zone. Riverhawks and Spartans neck and neck in the standings, tied up here at the Belmont Complex. Tuesday night hockey here in Western PA. So Rexton Huff, I mean, he was 14 for 15 in that first period on saves, and the one that got past him might have been the softest of the bunch, but he was screened off, couldn't see it, and Krupe scored the game-tying goal there with 20.4 seconds left at the end of the first period, and Armstrong got a goal from Jonas Miller just 23 seconds in. And since then have been outshot 16-8, if you believe it. And that puck loose. And Hempfield, Kimmel Holtzman nearly took it in, but here is a wrister, gets in, and save made by Huff. But again, right back. Another shot kicked away by Huff. And Riverhawks have had a little trouble getting them offense going here since that opening goal. Yeah, the first couple of rushes up and down the ice, they look pretty good, but not much doing. A couple of icing calls. I think that's the fourth one against the Riverhawks so far in this game. At intermission, don't miss our intermission show. It's Kendrick Lamar. Just kidding. He's on the PA right now, but a lot of talk about his halftime show at the Super Bowl. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. That's just the way it is. Some people like Aerosmith. Some people don't. Some people like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Some people don't. Some people like, well, everybody should like Prince, but some people didn't. But I know one guy who didn't like that halftime show, Aubrey Graham. Not a big fan, I'm sure. Also known as the recording artist Drake. Roundly dissed by Mr. Lamar at that halftime show. And just a little bit of back and forth, turnover. That one's going to be an icing. And no, it's not. Waved off there. Kutch tracks it down. And another loose puck in the neutral zone. And Krupe over to get it, feeds a man, and that was a good shot by Holtzman. There were 5 Riverhawks back there, and Holtzman just let it fly as his team got a line change in, and Holtzman had to get that right shoulder up to knock it down. Actually, not knock it down, but kind of deflect it out of the way. And another one high. That one by Williams ends up in the netting. So Hempfield has kind of tilted the ice here. After that opening goal by Miller, 14:03 left here in the second period of this Belmont Complex game night. And I may have to hit the sneeze bar here. I don't know what's going on. I hope I'm not getting a cold, but I have sneezed about 60 times today. And that is not like me. So if you can hear a little stuffiness, and if I just mute out randomly, it's because I'm sneezing. Shot in, gloved by Huff. So the Riverhawks have kind of sunken back into more of a defensive stance in this second period, and it's not, you know, familiar to see them play like that. They're usually the ones pushing the tempo and taking their game to the other team, but right now Hempfield in control. And that face-off won by the Spartans. Down below the net, Klingensmith. He'll get it out of the zone for now. And across, DiPietro takes it off the boards. DiPietro sliding in and tries to go far side in tight. And it looked like Huff got a piece of that one. That one deflected right by the net. And the centering pass gets through everyone at the blue line. Fired back down. That was Brady Wassel, sent it deep. And it's almost like the Spartans are on a power play out here, but it's 5-on-5. Spartans control again. And a backhand pass. Huff diving. And he gets over and keeps it out of the net. Rexton Huff saw that play develop, and he dove to that far post and was able to keep the puck out. Huff has done a great job tonight. Couple pucks near the goal line, kind of bouncing around loose, and Huff has been able to control them and keep them out of the net and maintain that 1-1 score. And the Riverhawks back on their heels for sure right now, and out of there with speed. Here comes Kutch. And Kutch tried a backhand. It didn't get much on that one. And sent around the other side. And Howman goes in and tries to lay a check there as Bush played it behind the net. And Bush gets it to a teammate, but Luffy right there. And Horrell coming out of there with some speed. Felix Horrell stick handling into the Riverhawks zone. Goes to the corner, cut off by Luffy. And that puck cleared by the Riverhawks, but only to center ice. And skied there by, that was Heron, defenseman, captain for these Spartans. And Martz gets it low, and Bush controls it for Hempfield. And Horrell waiting for the puck. He gets a little bit too. Oh boy, that puck's still loose, and whacking at it were the Spartans, and Martz looked right at the official and said, "Why'd you blow the whistle right there?" Puck was still loose, and Martz had a good whack at it, but it stayed out of the net nonetheless. Yes, that mute was brought to you courtesy of sneezing. Sneezing, everybody does it. I could write some ads for sneezing, I'm sure. And off the face-off, fired again. Now the Riverhawks haven't had a shot in quite a while. Being outshot 22-9 so far. And I'm going to have to stretch my leg before I cramp here. I'm in a weird position. Okay. It's a one-man perch up here. Oh, boy. You can feel it. And that puck back down in once again. So Hempfield not even allowing the Riverhawks past center ice right now. Centering pass, that one off the stick of Mitchell. It gets out, back to the red line, and tracking it down is Hempfield, and sending it deep. Klingensmith goes after it. He pokes at it. Fabian trying to knock Holtzman off the puck. Loose puck in the corner. Mitchell skates it down, and that puck gets out for a split second, but put right back in by Evan Dunlap. And kept in by Thompson right there. Oh, no, he didn't. They're going to have to tag up. Thompson unable to keep that puck in for Hempfield. And, well, falling down was Fabian right there. And Riverhawks bring it in with Camden Rummel carrying the mail. And that puck loose. Rummel and Thompson going after it. And Thompson pushes it just too far ahead of his teammate. And that'll be an icing. So that's about the only way the Riverhawks are getting into the Hempfield zone right now. That puck going to go all the way down the ice. It will be to the right-hand side of Francis, the goaltender for Hempfield. Francis hasn't been tested much recently. 9 shots, 8 saves. First one of the night went in for Armstrong. And that one's sent below the goal line there. Rulo tried to get it back. And right there, Jonas Miller. So we got a little bit of a different line here. We got Rulo and Miller out right now with Graff. And here comes Graff with speed. Hits the brakes. Graff looking for a man. Tries to send it. Oh, that one got all the way through and hit the outside of the net. Graff was looking for Miller down low there, but that puck got all the way through. Francis never saw it. Low to the ice up, and Miller hauled down from behind. No penalty called there. It was kind of an incidental play, and stick handling in. DiPietro, he scores. Wow. DiPietro went with the forehand deke and just brought it back and gently deposited that puck behind Rexton Huff. So a 2-1 lead now for Hempfield. After that goal by DiPietro, 9:51 left here in the second period. It's been all Hempfield for quite a while, to be quite honest. The Riverhawks struggling right now to get anything going offensively, and they're going to need a spark here. Right now we got Bundy with Jude Huff out there, and also, oh, that one off the post as well. The Riverhawks have struck some iron here tonight. 3 of them, I think, off the post so far. That, I'd said before, I didn't know if the one that Kutch took would have been goal-worthy. Well, that one was certainly goal-worthy there. Just a little bit of metal in the way. And we switch to Queen. Just an interesting array of genres being covered here. We went from Kendrick Lamar to Queen. And instead of playing the puck right there, Bauer took the man, and that puck was loose, and Bauer, I think, is going to get a penalty for it. He is. That's an interference call. Not a good look there by Bauer. That puck was in his vicinity, and he, instead of playing the puck, he just went in and took a run at the Hempfield player near the boards and finished him off and whistled for that interference call. So a power play coming for Hempfield. So we went from Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, to Kendrick Lamar, to Queen, and now we're back to the Beastie Boys. You got to fight for your right to party. You also got to fight for your right for just about anything, really. Rights are not privileges, as they say. So you kind of got to fight for all rights. You know, when I was the age of some of these young guys, I had to fight for my right to drive. Because, you know, my mom was like, no, you're not taking the car tonight. I said, Mom, I'm going to fight for my right to drive here. I do have a license. She was unconvinced. My mom just turned 70 on Saturday. Happy birthday to Dr. Deborah Snyder. We love you. You the best. 70 years old, and she could run circles around people half her age, and I mean literally run circles. On her 70th birthday, as Huff gloves that one down, the first thing she did at 5 o'clock in the morning was an hour-long CrossFit workout. What kind of a crazy person wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get ready, go into the gym to work? She actually walks, semi-jogs to warm up, the trail in downtown Katanning and then does CrossFit. And then if she's feeling extra spunky, she'll teach a cycling class, a spinning class, I guess they're called. I don't do any of that. My athletic activities are watching and golfing. Maybe some billiards every now and again, some darts. I've given up playing athletic contact sports. Oh, 5-hole goal. DiPietro gets his second one as he breaks in on Huff, and that's a power play goal for Hempfield. So Bauer's decision to take the hit instead of play the puck costs the Riverhawks right there as DiPietro flies in, and he had Huff opened up, and a quick stick puts that puck through the 5-hole. So a power play goal there for the Spartans, make it 3-1. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Jeremy uses a timeout here. It's kind of where things got away in that Penn Trafford game. Hawks were right with Penn Trafford there, 1-1, and then it just kind of started to snowball on them, so we'll see. Coach Jeremy does not use the timeout. And why do they still got 50 seconds up there on the board? I'm not sure. They're trying to clear that, I guess, on the scoreboard. But it is no longer a power play, obviously. DiPietro scored there, and Bauer out of the box, so 3-1 Hempfield. And Riverhawks have gone silent since 23 seconds into this game. Really the first, I'd say 3 minutes, 4 minutes, Armstrong looked pretty strong, up and down the ice, and they were getting chances in on Francis. Big slap shot, that one off the blocker of Huff, and another save by Rexton Huff. And trying to break out of the zone with some speed there, but knocked off the puck. Was Bundy fanning on that clearing attempt? Was Mats Martz. And that's Mats as in like Matt Sundin, former Toronto Maple Leaf great. Yeah, if you need 90s sports references, I'm your guy. Especially if you hear me call a basketball game. We're going to be talking mid-90s NBA for the majority of it. I can break a current one in every now and again. Short side wrister there by Miller up high, and Francis gloves that one down. 7:02 left. And we'll talk a little bit about the Belmont Complex. If I get my chair off the printout that Gary Montabell gave me. It's hockey for free, and that's this weekend. Saturday, February 22nd. It'll go from 2:50 to 3:50 p.m. this Saturday here at the Belmont Complex. Just go to the Belmont's webpage, and you can go to the tab that is USA Hockey, Try Hockey for Free tab, and you can register there. So come check that out. You got a youngster interested in learning to skate or maybe play hockey? Perfect place to come and come to an event that's designed to provide kids between the ages of 4 to 9 a completely free experience to try skating, and youth ice hockey. Hockey equipment is available to borrow. All skaters get a free jersey. As that pass goes through center ice right there. I stopped on my read there because I thought I saw something behind the play there, but thought I saw a player down, but he got up slowly, so everybody okay, it looks like. As Riverhawks pick that puck up, and it's up off of the boards to Rulo, and he's hit there, separated from the puck. In after it is Jake Graff. And Williams takes the puck away below the Hempfield net, and out of there are the Spartans. So the Spartans are kind of using that in the defensive end where they're going behind Francis. Not trying to bring it up, where the defenseman might be. They're looking to get rid of the puck quickly. The defensemen are back to their partner, and it's usually below the goal line there. So maybe a bit of strategy on the part of Hempfield. Keep the puck away from the Riverhawks and play it quickly, not try and carry it out. And Graff back the other way. Graff trying to send it forward, just kind of dumps it down in. Far corner, Mitchell after it. And that one's sent around the boards and cutting it off, Kutch. And Williams ends up with it. So J.J. Williams off the skate of his own player. That was Heron. Oops. But, see, again, below the goal line there for Hempfield, and they're keeping the Riverhawks away from that puck. And that's a smart bit of coaching right there by Hempfield, where it's like, you know, you got the puck as a defenseman, you just turn and look. And you're going that cross-ice passes. Now, if the Riverhawks are able to adjust and get a guy pinching right there and maybe cut that off and get a scoring chance, you know, that might change things, but right now it seems to be working for Hempfield. That one ends up in on Francisi, plays it just smoothly out there with the glove, and that keeps the clock moving. And it'll give Williams a chance. Here comes Williams, good stick handle. Williams in on Huff, and Huff somehow makes the save. Tried to open him up and go 5-hole again, but Huff got low and stopped that scoring attempt by J.J. Williams. 3-1 still, 4:21 left here, second period. Oh, right off the face-off there, in on Huff. Another save, that one off the boards and fired across. And that'll get deep, but not deep enough for an icing as Thompson is back to play it. That puck knocked back deep once again by the Riverhawks, but Thompson flying out of there. And Thompson cut off. He will not be able to get through the Riverhawks defense. That one off the boards. And back through the neutral zone, picked up. Wow, fired off the glass right there by Dunlap. And picked up by Mirando. That one loose at center ice. After it was Jude Huff. And a good bit of stick handling right there by Howman. Howman trying to get in. And he loses it. Coming the other way. Hempfield, good pass up to Spring. Oh, man, cutting off the 5-hole again is Huff. And another big save. Point blank range. Huff shuts down Garrett Gardner, who was just standing there. Puck came out to him, and he had plenty of time to pick his spot, and Huff kicked those legs out and make a huge save. He's got 26 saves so far in this game, does Rexton Huff. And that's great for the stat line, but not so great for the Riverhawks as they're being outshot 29-12. Wrister by Graff sails high and over Francis off the glass. And sent across. And here comes Bauer. He's able to cut it off. That cross-ice pass right there picked off by Bauer. Bauer goes high and knocked down outside of the net there. Rulo just sent it back in. Graff tried to deflect it. That one goes wide. And pass looked like maybe a shot pass type thing. That was kicked away by Hempfield and tied up. And good hit right here by Bauer as Martz was tied up. Bauer came in to clean him up. 2:15 left. Second period. Riverhawks trail 3-1. And a high hit right there. Elbow got up near Kutch's head, but it's going to be an icing against the Spartans. All right. 2:07 left second period. Face off to the right of Francis. Riverhawks need a goal. And Rummel loses that face off, but able to get the puck back. And tried a centering pass right there. Bounced around. Mitchell was lurking, but the puck didn't come to him. And back in on Francis. He'll play it. Off the boards there. Hempfield 2-on-2 coming up. And trying to get into the slot there and get a shot away, but to no avail. That was Colby Heron. And Mitchell mixing it up there with number 58. As that wrister was ripped wide by Holtzman. That's Saby, number 58. And it was getting mixed up there with Mitchell. And a turnover there. Here comes Rummel. And Rummel tried to send it deep, but unable to. And Holtzman centering pass and ends up in on Rexton Huff. So 1:05 left. Riverhawks down 3-1. We're here at the Belmont Complex in West Katanning. home of one of my many concussions. Not playing a game, mind you. I was at the open skate with this is high school, so a young lady and I were here, and she said, "You're an athlete. You play all kinds of sports. Well, why are you so bad at this?" And I said, "It's different. I'm good with my feet on the ground, not so much with a few inches of metal between my foot and the ice." And I started to, get the hang of it a little bit, and I maybe got a little overzealous and tried to get, skate fast. And, there's a lot of people here skating circles around the rink for like open skate to the public, and a little kid kind of drifted out in front of me, and of course I couldn't stop. I didn't know how, and down she went. And the next thing I remember was waking up with people standing over me. Sorry. Are you all right? Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I didn't realize I was on my back on the ice. A little dinged up from it. And that, friends, was the last time I tried to skate. Back in 1995. Yeah, it's been a while. Final 40 seconds. And that centering pass goes nowhere. Rulo over to cut it off. Riverhawks trying to get a rush. Rulo, Graff, and Miller out there right now. On the line for the Hawks. Miller can't get around the defenders, and Krupe, who has a goal in this game. DiPietro with 2. And Krupe with the other for all. No, not a good play. That went off the boards, but loose puck just, kind of just floated through the slot there. And Riverhawks get it down. Final 5 seconds, and Hempfield just going to hold it behind the net there. And that'll do it in the second period. Riverhawks trail 3-1 at the end of 2. Here on this Belmont Complex game night. Josh Recknoss here, and as you can tell, I'm kind of stuffed up, so I'm going to take a break for the intermission and run down to the concession stand and get some tissues, clear out the ductwork in my head. But the Riverhawks being outshot right now 30-13 by Hempfield, and Hempfield can leapfrog the Riverhawks in the standings tonight with a victory in regulation. So Coach Jeremy going to have to dig deep and find some motivation in here. The Riverhawks kind of flattened out after that first goal by Miller, and haven't had much hop ever since, and it's been all Hempfield. 2 goals by Nino DiPietro, a goal by Krupe also for Hempfield, and that gives the Spartans 3-1 lead here at the intermission. Nino DiPietro with 2. One of them power play goal, and then Nick Krupe, also a goal right in front there at the end of the first period. All right, thanks for tuning in to High Top. My name is Josh Recknoss. I'll be back for the third period. Alrighty. I made the jaunt. And I was able to sound like a Canadian goose. Honk the horn. Clear the sinuses. I saw John Graff as I was walking back up to my perch here. And he is the owner of the John F. Graff Insurance Agency, downtown Katanning. Check him out. Also a great sponsor here on the High Top Sports Network, but I've got a black eye at the moment. And sustained it falling on ice with a load of firewood in my hand. And I threw the firewood so it didn't land on me. And I hit my head and right above my eye, brow, I guess. And my whole eye went purple, black and blue. So I said, I swear I didn't get into a hockey fight, but I figured I would fit in tonight. Also saw John Bauer down there, proprietor of the County Line, also another great sponsor. And speaking of the County Line, I'm going to have a benefit here. I'm going to get you the information for a really good guy who I'm a close personal friend of. And he is a regular patron of the County Line out in Fenelton, PA. Also, the longtime manager in the Shakora Fast Pitch Softball League, Kevin Anthony. We're having a benefit dinner here coming up for Kevin. He's in the hospital for a bit and then in the Shakora Medical Center for a bit. Doing okay now, but there's some tough times for Kevin. If you know Kevin, he's very well known actually, but a great guy. And so I'm going to get you that information here just in a second. And I know Kevin is a guy that probably doesn't want me talking about it, but he's also a guy that has done a lot for the community in terms of sports. And you know what? We're allowed to help people out. Let me get you that info here just a second as we're underway in the third period. Riverhawks trailing 3-1 now in this third period, and Hempfield down 1-0 after a Jonas Miller goal right off the rip in the first period. Scored 23 seconds in. That centering pass cut off. Colin Kutch getting it ahead to Mason Mitchell. Mitchell does not take it toward the net, just dumps it and chases it. And that allows the Riverhawks to get a line change. And that pass cut off by Miranda, able to keep it in. And a short side backhand. That one might have touched Francis, but ended up just sitting on the netting. And Hempfield, well, what they want to do right now is just, keep playing their game. You don't want to get, what's the word, conservative, I guess, but you also don't want to take unnecessary chances. But they want to keep playing their game, keep pressing the action of the Riverhawks, because if you do that, the time starts to, slip away faster than you think. Everybody always wants to, bleed the clock or whatever, take the air out of the puck. That was a joke. There's no air in the puck, but a football metaphor, take the air out of the ball. And just kind of play conservatively and not allow chances the other way. Well, that gives, the momentum that you've established in the first two periods gives the Riverhawks a chance to take it back. So Hempfield, in their best interest, would be to just keep playing their game and keep trying to, get it in, test Rexton Huff. And trying to generate some scoring chances of their own and therefore not allow the Riverhawks to do the same. So Armstrong, they are going to start to have to gamble, as you didn't hear it because I turned the sound off when I ran up to the restroom. But Kenny Rogers, the gambler, was playing. And as the great Kenny Rogers once said, you never count your money when it's laying on the table. And Hempfield doesn't want to count their money while it's laying on the table right now, but they do have a 3-1 lead. And as I was alluding to earlier, that spaghetti and meatball fundraiser for Kevin Anthony, that'll be at the McKee Chapel here, well, not here, but out in Fenelton. It'll be March 8th, 2025. We'll talk about it again on some other broadcasts coming up, but March 8th, it'll be from 4 to 6, and it's located at the Happy Hunter Sportsman's Club. Again, all local institutions in the Fenelton area. And the dinner will include spaghetti, meatballs, salad, bread, and dessert. And it'll have a 50-50, a Chinese auction. And the dinner cost will be $10 for adults and children 6 years and under. Eat for $5. And the proceeds to benefit Kevin Anthony of Fenelton, PA. Kevin, if you're watching, and I hope you're not mad at me for bringing it up, but I wanted, when I found out about it, I wanted to spread the word. Kevin's a great guy. Also, donations welcome. I know High Top's going to make a donation. If we already haven't, I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to make a donation there. And donations obviously welcome. You can reach out to High Top if you need to know where to send your donation, or you can just show up at the Spaghetti and Meatball dinner at the Happy Hunter Sportsman's Club, March 8th from 4 to 6 p.m. $10 for dinner. Kids 6 and under, eat for $5. And there'll be a 50-50 and a Chinese auction. So check it out and do something nice for a super dude. Kevin Anthony of Fenelton, PA, friend of the network, to say the very, very least. Like I said, Kevin doing a little bit better now physically, so that's good. But, still some challenges ahead, so we want to help Kevin. Feel free to do the same as that one gets in on Huff. Bringing it down was Williams, but Huff able to cut it off. And back the other way through center ice. That puck taken away. So, 11:07 left here in the third period. And Van Halen with Sammy Hagar, which isn't really Van Halen. It's Van Hagar, which, I mean, come on. Diamond Dave may be an idiot, but he is Van Halen. The front man, of course, Eddie and Alex, their last name is literally Van Halen. Eddie, not a Schwann man in his pre-star days. No matter what anyone tells you, Eddie Van Halen did not have a Schwann route. Hempfield bringing it back. And sent the other way. Racing forward is Bundy. Bundy in on Francis, and Francis stops it. So Bundy taking it the length of the ice right there. Charlie Daniels now playing. The Devil went down to Georgia. Great tune. I don't know if you've ever seen Charlie Daniels actually play that song live on the fiddle, but it's pretty tremendous. So Hempfield trying to add on to that 3-1 lead as we approach 10 minutes left here in regulation. And fire! That one just gets above Huff. Wassel from the blue line. And that was a shot that could have found the back of the net. Just got up a little above Huff's head there. And Jude Huff tried to play it forward to no avail there. He was kind of not stripped of the puck, but just kind of hit from behind with it. And And Bundy fans on that clearing attempt. So Riverhawks will send it down. Francis going to play that off the boards. And back the other way, here comes DiPietro. He's got 2 in this game, looking for that hat trick and cut off there. Unable to get in on Huff for a scoring opportunity, and that one gets past Klingensmith. Riverhawks going to have to play it back. Sent across, there's Kutch. And a pass and a collision right here. Right in front of us, that one gets deep and no icing there. As Rummel back after it, and Hempfield ends up with it, trying to get it past the last line of defense was Bauer. And Bauer hauled down from behind by Martz, and Martz goes for Mitchell, and Mitchell, oh boy, if you know Mason Mitchell's dad, this fist was up pretty quick. He was getting there, but he knew the penalty was on Hempfield, and went to high school with Mason's dad. Shot some archery with him back in the day when we were kids. And I'm not saying Eddie had a hot temper, just, you know, he was a hockey player. Mitchell was ready to go as Martz left a little bit of a check there on him after the whistle, but the power play, well, they did not give a penalty right there, so apologies. I thought they were calling Martz for a trip right there, but nope, it's going to be 5-on-5, so 8:29 left. I can't believe that. You know, honestly, I really did think that was a penalty. I'm not, no homerism. I thought it was a penalty on Martz because the whistle went when he, but I guess it was an offsides on the Riverhawks. So even strength hockey remains. And that puck centered, gets all the way across. And Rulo, that puck gets in front of him, so Hempfield going to chase it down. And off the glass. And that one's going to be an icing on Hempfield. So the faceoff will be Graff. And it ends up getting out of the Hempfield end. And here come the Spartans, and it's offsides. Gardner couldn't get back. So that faceoff's going to be right outside the Armstrong zone. And kicked away by Huff right there. Another save for Rexton Huff. He's up to 31 saves in this game and trying to beat the rush, and turned around and dropped there was Graff, but he gets up. And that puck knocked down by Mirando at center ice, but no possession for anyone really. Rulo comes over and gets it. And, oh, Jude Huff hit and knocked off the puck right there. And Klingensmith snakes in under Heron. Klingensmith's going to fire. And that one deflected wide and behind the goal. Sent ahead. But cut off at the blue line there by Kutch. Kutch sees Howman, but pass out in front of Howman. And no icing, so Howman ends up getting to the puck first. And trying to get Heron ahead of the pack. They do. Heron in on Huff, and a good stick by Klingensmith, but I think they're going to get him for a penalty, maybe a hook there at the very end. Back in on Huff. He stops that one. Puck's still loose. And Krupe skates with it as Francis comes off the ice, centering pass. And it'll finally be touched up by the Riverhawks. I think they're going to get Klingensmith for the hook as Heron got in there on the breakaway, and that's going to give Hempfield another power play opportunity with 6:20 left, and a goal there on the power play would certainly spell doom for the Riverhawks. So big penalty kill coming up for Armstrong right now. And similar to that Penn Trafford game, things kind of just getting away from Armstrong after a good start. That opening goal by Jonas Miller just 23 seconds in, but Armstrong has been unable to add anything to it, and since then have been outshot handily by the Spartans. In the face-off circle, Graf wins that one cleanly back to Kutch, and Kutch sends it for a long clear. So that'll eat up a couple of seconds at least, and Rulo able to get to the puck first. Rulo going to try and kill some of that penalty himself. Down there fishing for it in the corner. And Riverhawks able to take about 16 seconds off that penalty thanks to the clean face-off win by Graf, and then the good puck work by Rulo down at the other end, and another clear by Kutch. So the Riverhawks have taken the first 30 seconds off this penalty pretty cleanly. And here comes Williams. Circles at center ice. Gardner, that was over the line. They had to tag up. Hempfield now back in. Wrist shot blocked there. That one had to hurt a bit, as Bauer took that one in the knee, shin area. That one deflected in front, saved by Huff. Tried to clear it there, did Kutch, and that stayed in. And loose puck picked up by Graf. And Graf will get it out over the blue line. It skips over the stick of the Spartans. Felix Horrell there at the blue line, or center ice, goes all the way down. So Graf putting the knuckle puck on it, bouncing off the ice and over Horrell's stick. That took an extra 8 seconds off, and into the slot. Williams fires. Don't know if Huff got a piece of that or if it got through. And Williams again circling, drops it off. There in the corners, DiPietro, he's got 2 goals tonight. DiPietro skates all the way around. He centers, and that was looking for Williams in front. That one gets through all the way to the boards on the other side, but Hempfield still in possession of the puck. And here's DiPietro in alone on Huff. And Huff cut the angles down there. DiPietro didn't feel comfortable taking a shot. Open net, diving for it is Huff, but ripping it into the net right there's Williams. And a power play goal with just 1 second left on that penalty. That is just a heartbreaker for the Riverhawks. Did such a good job of killing 99% of the penalty. I'll tell you what, the bounces have not been going the Riverhawks' way the past 4 games. Again, right there, that puck couldn't have come any more cleanly out onto Williams' stick, and J.J. Williams had all day to pick his spot. Huff was completely on the other side. He dove back for it. A valiant attempt by Huff, but it gets through, and that makes it 4-1 Hempfield with just over 4 minutes left. And with a win in regulation, the Spartans will leapfrog the Riverhawks in the standings. And Armstrong will fall to 7th place with a loss tonight. So a big game coming in for both teams, really. And Hempfield has answered the bell. As I said in the pregame, these teams kind of trending in opposite directions right now. Hempfield winners of 4 in a row. Armstrong has lost 3 in a row. And looks like those trends may continue. As Krupe busts in, and good stick there by Huff, knocking it away from Krupe at the last second. Rexton Huff has done pretty much everything in his power tonight, once again, to keep his team in it. He's made some pretty outrageous saves, and seeing the puck clearly, I think it's just, you know, that was the 37th shot for Hempfield tonight, and that's a lot of shots. You put 37 on another team, doesn't matter what level of hockey, that's a fair amount of vulcanized rubber flying at a goaltender. I think it's vulcanized. I don't know. Tires are. Sure doesn't feel like rubber when you get hit with it. It feels more like a brick. .241 left. Riverhawks in need of, well, wouldn't necessarily say a miracle, but just in need of a flurry. Let's put it that way. And they just haven't been able to get the offense going. The forecheck that was so good earlier in the season has just been non-existent tonight pretty much. And they're playing on their heels more than they're playing in the opposing team's zone, and that's an icing on the Riverhawks. 2:06 left. And busting out Renegade, I don't know if that's going to have the same effect as it does on the Steelers' defense. Sometimes that doesn't work either. You can't ever double up Renegade. I told my son you never triple up Renegade, as we saw in the Steelers' horrendous playoff loss to the Jaguars several years ago. Went 3 Renegades in that game, just horrible. Gave up 45 points to Blake Bortles. And the puck, Graff up off the boards to Rulo. Rulo trying to get it ahead to Miller. And Graff spearing for that puck, trying to get it back, and just sent down deep by the Spartans. Huff stops it. Rulo trying to take it off the boards. And Wassel was there to cut it off. Wassel going to take it deep. Final 90 seconds. Pointing again like a slapper there by Horrell. That is a different Horrell, not Phoenix. That is Luke, the sophomore forward. So 91 seconds. I said final 90. We're at 91. Minute 31 left in regulation, and Hempfield up by 3. Wassel off the face-off deflection try by Holtzman, gets up into the netting, and that puck will come outside the Armstrong zone for a face-off. So the tough times continuing here for the Riverhawks tonight. This will be 4 straight losses unless they can pull together some magic. And face-off controlled by Hempfield. They keep it deep. Holtzman after it. Holtzman all the way back out to the blue line. Blocked down by Jude Huff, and he can't keep his skates. Huff tries to get it ahead to Howman, and Howman can't keep his skates either as that puck gets deep off the glass, off of Klingensmith's stick, and it bounces forward toward Heron. Back to get it though. Colin Kutch, that is not Kutch. I saw a 5. I just thought it was him. Backhand attempt coming from Heron. Blocked down. And Huff with 2 more saves. Loose puck. Back out. Controlled by Hempfield as Felix Horrell gets it deep. And that was Thomas Luffy when I called out Colin Kutch originally. It was actually Luffy, number 55. And puck played up. Here comes Bundy. He's had some good speed tonight. Bundy trying to get back into the slot. Final 30 seconds. Riverhawks are going to fall here at home once again. They have lost 4 in a row once this one goes final. And Hempfield, winners of their 5th in a row, and they're in front now of Armstrong in the PIHL Class 2A standings, and that's just the way it's gone tonight. Perfect centering pass right there by Bundy, and it was just too long. Kutch in with a wrister. It was just too long for Howman right there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and that's the final buzzer. Hempfield victorious here tonight at the Belmont Complex. The Spartans come in and take a 4-1 decision off of the Riverhawks. And the big story of the night, the Spartans out shooting Armstrong 40-18. Just a disparity in shots on goal that you're not used to seeing from Armstrong teams. Usually it's the other way around. That number is usually flip-flopped. Where Armstrong, it's 41, pardon me, they just put one more shot on the tracker down there after regulation. 4-1. Armstrong falls here at home, and that's, oh boy, Riverhawks only have 2 games left, as do the Spartans. And Armstrong just can't find itself right now. Just nothing going right, first of all. They're not getting a bounce to save their lives. And it's just searching for answers. As I talked to Coach Eddie Jeremy after the game that they lost here to Penn Trafford, he said, look, it's back to the drawing board. I don't know. And when you got a coach telling you he doesn't know, that means he doesn't know. It's just you're searching for answers. Something that worked earlier in the season isn't working now. Something that didn't work has gotten worse. You get an injury here, you get an injury there, and just things have events have conspired against the Riverhawks to just kind of fall on hard times at the worst possible point of the season now. Losers of 4 straight, and they got Baldwin here on Thursday night. They got to take that one. Baldwin way down in the standings. Cannon McMillan below Hempfield now, but Armstrong down to that 7th spot, and they fall to 6-10, 0-0-2. So that'll give Hempfield 23 points. Riverhawks have 22. And Bissett McCourt also with 22. So those last 4 playoff spots, really. Well, Cannon McMillan's going to get in. They're the number 8 team. They're with 16 points. Baldwin with 10, Norwin with just 3. So, it's going to be the Riverhawks are going to make the playoffs. It's just where are they going to be? They could be anywhere from 5 to 8, depending on how these last 2 games go. And Armstrong, they got to find some answers quickly. Well, that's going to do it for me, Josh Rettengoss here at the Belmont Complex. Just want to thank Gary Montebell and the Belmont Complex one more time. Try Hockey for Free night, Saturday, February 22nd. That's at 2:50 to 3:50 p.m. here at the Belmont Complex. Check out the Belmont's website. You can go to the tab that is USA Hockey, Try Hockey for Free to register. And it's a completely free experience for kids 4 to 9 who are interested in skating or youth ice hockey. Equipment will be here to borrow. All skaters get a free jersey and a stick. And the Riverhawks and Arrows coaches will be here. Son or daughter does not need any previous skating or hockey experience. Sign up for free. Sign up at tryhockeyforfree.com. You can find the event detail. For questions, contact Gary Montebell, 724-548-1067, extension 3050 here at the Belmont. And also, just a reminder, the Belmont available for birthday parties at the rink. Of course, birthday parties at the pool once summertime hopefully rolls around quicker than it feels like it's going to. But the pool opens on May 31st, and you can check that out. Memberships will be going on sale here. Actually, they're on sale right now. Started just at the end of January, so get your membership. And also the Belmont offers banquet facilities and pavilion rental services. So you can just contact Gary Montebell for any of your questions on those things. All right, Josh Rettengoss signing off here. We'll be back Thursday night. Riverhawks fall to Hempfield this evening, 4-1, and we'll host Baldwin on Thursday night. Thanks for tuning in to High Top Sports Network. Have a great night. Stay safe and be well.